Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. The countdown to Decision 2018 is on. A week from tonight, voters will head to the polls.
In addition to the races for governor and Congress, voters will also be deciding on 5 statewide propositions. 12
News political reporter Michael Doudna went straight to the voters on our 12 News Facebook page to get some of their questions about those measures.
And Michael, which propositions were most of our 12 News Facebook fans asking about?
Well, we got questions on almost all of those propositions, but far and away it was Prop 127 and 126 that had the most people talking. What we're going to be trying to do is make sense of all those propositions you may see on your ballot. And most of those questions were around Prop 127, the Clean Energy Initiative, requiring utility companies to produce half of their energy from renewable sources like solar by 2030.
127 will cost families $1,000 more per year.
127 pulls the plug on their racket and saves Arizona $4 billion.
The main argument there surrounds future costs to you, but those projections are at best guesswork. At worst, they're misleading, because no one really knows what things like solar panels will cost like in the future.
If you look out beyond 2 years in the forecast, you're probably getting out into an area that is pretty well unknown.
So we can verify that neither side truly knows the future cost to you. Other questions on our Facebook Live were about Prop 126, which would ban future taxes on services like your haircut and services surrounding real estate. But it's important to note that it's already really hard to increase taxes in Arizona because it takes a 2/3 vote in both the state House and the Senate to do so.
And all this does is when the legislature needs options, it ties their hands.
So we can verify the proposition would stop future taxes on services, but would force future lawmakers to raise other taxes like sales tax or cut other programs to make up the difference. We have a breakdown on our website of all of these statewide propositions. So if you have a question, well, you can go there because there is some confusion with a lot of these out there right now.
All right. And there's also confusion about another proposition, Prop 306. Not a lot of people know about it. It's not really being advertised, but it could have big ramifications.
Yeah, this is one of those propositions I got on the ballot, not because a bunch of people went out and got signatures. It's because of the legislature. And on the surface, it looks like a good thing. It would make sure that a lot of the public money that you end up seeing that contributes to campaigns, that couldn't go to things like a political party or a 501. But it does it with a trade-off. It allows the Independent Elections Commission, which has 2 Republicans, 2 Democrats, and an independent, then to have all of their decisions approved by a governor-appointed council, basically putting politics once again in everything.
All right. So if you have any questions, like you said, we can go to our